And this one, we're going to be converting our Try Django 1.8, our new project for Try Django 1.8, into eCommerce 2. So everywhere you see Try Django 1.8, we want to change it to eCommerce 2. So if I go in here, I'm just going to go ahead and delete these old Sublime Text project files because we don't want them. And I'm going to create a brand new one inside of Sublime Text. So we'll go in here and we'll just save project as, and I'm going to go and navigate into my project of eCommerce 2. And we'll call it eCommerce 2, no dash. And this is going to come in here, and then project, we're going to add folders to the project, and again, into the desktop, into eCommerce 2. You can add the entire thing, and in my case, I'm just going to add source and static and env. Those are the two things that I really am concerned about, and that's what we'll actually work off of as far as our project is concerned. So now I want to change every Try Django 1.8 by using find in files. So it's Command-Shift-F is the shortcut to get to this search part. And the parts that we want to change have everything to do with Try Django 1.8. This is generated with the Django admin or Django-admin.py start project. We want to change it to being the name of our actual project. So if you go into WSGI, you'll see stuff like Try Django 1.8, and then everywhere you see Try Django 1.8, we want to change that to being eCommerce 2. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, go find, and then where, we're going to add it into a particular folder. So we'll just add folder, and we'll go onto our desktop, eCommerce 2, and just source. That's the folder we'll work with. And then we want to replace it with eCommerce, no dash this time, so eCommerce 2. And we'll hit replace. And it's going to replace all 18 occurrences. We hit replace, and this also opens up all of the things that we want to save. So let's go ahead and save each one of these. Save each one, and close them out. It's going to ask you to save it. So each one I've saved. And now I want to change this Try Django 1.8 right here, just this one folder, rename it to eCommerce 2. Of course, it's a Python module, so that's really the main part of that. So now if we go back and into our project, we cd into source, and then we do python manage.py, run server. All I'm doing here is making sure that the eCommerce project is the one that's running now that it's called eCommerce 2. We refresh in here, still running, and you're actually still logged in because the session still works, even though we've changed some stuff. And we also see some new errors that are coming through in here, and it looks like it has to do with Crispy Forms. So let's go ahead and see if we can update Crispy Forms. So pip install Crispy, let's actually look at the name of it. So we'll do pip freeze, and it's Django Crispy Forms. So we'll pip install Django Crispy Forms -- upgrade, and those were upgraded as well. So again, pip freeze. We want to put that into requirements.txt. So pip freeze requirements.txt. All right. So now we've got our project changed. The name of it is completely changed, so it's completely separate to our old project. Now if we cd back into the root of the virtual environment, you might want to remove your Git folder for this because we cloned a Git repository, and if you ever want to use the Git in the future, this is what you would do. So we're going to remove the reference of .git and just hit enter, and that removes our Git folder completely. So now we have a completely fresh project that is no longer associated to the Try Django 1.8, especially because we've changed everything about it. Now, of course, there are still things in our templates and within the Django system in general that we still would want to change to make it even more our own project, but this is kind of where we're going to leave it off as far as the changes that are concerned to the previous project. Now, if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, let's keep going.